next step of our project should only be completed after all of the specific homepage content has been added to your page and all of the specific information has been added to each of your info pages and the resource page. And once you have that, you're ready to get going here. If you'll look at our home page, all of the changeable content is contained in a single division called content. Now we have a main container for everything, but we have a content division that holds the information that actually could be replaced. Now there are several ways to do this, and what we're going to do is when we click a button, we're going to actually load the material into this type of container. Now one way to do that is with a language called jQuery, which is a streamlined version of JavaScript. And there is a function called load, which would actually load the info page into whatever division you want to load it into. However, to do that, you need to view your web page from a web server. You need web server software to add that function. There's another way to do it, and conceptually it might be a little more complicated, but you'll be able to see the results locally. So we're going to go with the second method, and or a different method, I should say. This content will only hold information from the home page. What we're going to have to do is create additional content containers to hold the information for each page. So I'll need a separate content container for page 1, page 2, page 3, our resources page. So to do that, the simplest way to do it, since we want the same measurements and everything, just take the content division, or whatever you've called this changeable division, just click on it and duplicate it by right mouse clicking and duplicate it. And to make it clear, instead of calling it content, we better call it, I guess, whatever your topic page is. I'm going to call this page 1, lowercase letters, no spaces. So now I have another division, and I will duplicate that and call it page 2, page 3, and resources. One key point that I should mention, however, is that unlike the content division, which is displaying our home page material, with these additional contents, such as the page 1 division, which is a duplicate of content, I do not want that to appear at all until the appropriate button is clicked. Now, there's an easy way to do that. If you will click on page 1 division, or whatever you called it, you're going to make the division completely invisible. Now, if we set its visibility property to invisible, that would mean that the division is still there, you just can't see it. A better way is to go to block and the block category in that style definition, and where it says display, say none. That not only makes it invisible, it makes its measurements absolute zero. In essence, that division does not exist at this particular time. So you're going to take everything but content and duplicate it for each link and set the display property to none. After you have duplicated the content division and labeled it accordingly, in this case I've called it page 1, page 2, page 3, and resources, and remember the difference between all of these additional divisions or styles and the content is that these extra styles, the display has been set to none, so it really doesn't exist. The next step is to insert them, and you might as well insert them directly after content. And what we'll do is just click right here in Dreamweaver, and we'll say where are we going to insert it after the tag, after the division called content. We're going to insert the page 1 container. Now, nothing will happen to your web page because the page 1 container, the display has been set to none. If you'll look at the code, you'll see what has happened. It has added it directly where it's supposed to be. Now, you can continue with that process, or what I like to do is work directly in the code. So I'm just simply going to copy that code, and I like to add a little bit of white space in my source code. And I just click the code tab to get there, by the way. And now I'll add my second division, and of course that would be the page 2 division, and this would be the page 3 division, and this would be the page 4 division, or actually I called it resources. And I'm doing it this way so that I can add a little bit of white space. Either way will work. When you're finished inserting these extra divisions, these extra containers, if you view your web page, you'll see that nothing has happened because the display properties have been set to none for those extra divisions. However, when we click one of these buttons, we are going to change the display attribute. The end result will be that the viewer will only see the appropriate content container depending on which button is clicked.